This week, since we are reaching the end of the school year and e-learning, I figured we could just do a nice fun little guided drawing together of a cute little deer in a forest. For materials, you really just need whatever drawing materials you have on hand, and then if you would like to color, whatever coloring materials you want to use. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. For the deer's head, it's pretty simple. We're just going to use a circle or oval. I'm going to draw it about right here, so about in the middle of my paper and slightly to the left. Kind of like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the deer's ears, and the deer's ears are going to be kind of shaped like what we would use for a leaf, or kind of like a football shape. And I'm going to draw one ear here and one ear here. I need to make sure to leave space in between the ears so that I can draw the antlers later. So to draw the first ear, all I do is I draw a curved line like this, and then a second curved line going the opposite direction like that. So pretty simple, and now I just do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to draw the inside of the ears. So again, those are that's normally the part that you color pink or whatever. And I just draw that same shape on the inside of the ears. So curved line, curved line. And now I'm going to draw the antlers, and each antler goes next to each of the ears. And how I'm going to do this is kind of do like a funky curved line. So I'm going to start with a straight line, so straight, and then I kind of curve out and back in like that. And then I go up to the top and I do the same thing. And then I do it again, coming down, and then I might want to do one more. And that's how I draw a deer antler. And then I do the same exact thing on the other side. The curves might be slightly different, which is fine, but it's the same idea of I curve up, or not curve up, I draw up, then I curve out. Now we're going to move on to the deer's face, the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And for the eyes, again, just like we did kind of with the bear one, I'm going to draw two circles, slightly far apart, kind of lined up with the ears. I'm going to go ahead and add that eye shine. I colored it in, and then what I want to do is I want to add just little eyelashes to my deer. I want it to look kind of a little more girly. You don't have to do this. And if you have a different way to draw your deer's eyes, of course you can do it that way. Now I'm going to draw the nose, which is just going to be an upside down triangle. Color it black. And now what I'm going to do is I am going to, and this might sound a little weird, I'm going to connect the corners of my nose to the top of my head about where my ear is with a curved line like this. So I'm going to just start right here and I curve up like that. And then I do the same thing on the opposite side. So this will show where the deer's fur's color changes. So this will be colored brown, and then this would be more normally of a white or lighter brown. Now what I can do is I can just give her a little smile. She's a happy deer. If I want, I could do something cute, like add little blushing cheeks, just to make her look a little more cartoony and cute, depending on the look that I'm going for or you are going for. Now we're going to move on to the deer's body. And this is going to be a little tricky just because it's combining a lot of lines together to make a more like complex shape, but just bear with me, we're breaking it down into the most simple lines possible. We're going to start right here, about where the eye on the left is. And I'm just going to draw kind of a curved line like this. Just a slight curve. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here, where about the right eye starts. And I am going to draw a curved line like this. That comes down, 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 turns into a vertical straight line and ends about right there. Now what I need to do is I need to take this line and I need to connect it, because I didn't draw mine long enough. So again, curved line, slightly curved line that turns into a vertical straight line. Now what I need to do is I am going to finish this. This is the leg, and I'm just going to draw a horizontal line that then turns into a vertical line that's slightly straight, has a little, I'm choosing to give it a bit of a little curve, like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to finish the back and the general body of the deer. And we'll come back to this area a little later. So I'm going to start about right here where that curved line started. I'm going to curve down and then I'm going to curve out into a horizontal line. This will be the back of the deer. And then I curve down. So pretty simple, just like a nice little curve. And then I need to continue going straight vertically, like that. And I want to come down to about where this leg is. So I was a little off. There we go. Then I need to draw that horizontal line for the hoof. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this leg. It's going to be slightly different than this leg because it's the back leg. So it's like the deer's thigh, and our thighs are, imagine it like this. This is our arm, this is our thigh, our leg, and our thighs and legs are normally quite a bit like wider or bigger than our arms. So to do that, I want to start with a vertical line that's slightly the same width as this, but then what I'm going to do is instead I'm going to curve out like that. So pretty simple. Again, just simple curved line. It's kind of like this line recreated. And now what I want to do is I'm just going to draw a curved line to finish the stomach. I want to start the curved line on this side where this curved line connected to this leg. So if I was to like come over here, so it's going to start about right there. My deer right now only has 2 legs. It does not have 4, and I need to go ahead and add the 2 legs that are behind the front legs. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to come over here for the second leg that is in front, and I'm going to start about right here because I want it to be about the same width as this one. I'm drawing that vertical line down, but I want to stop slightly above where this leg ends because this leg is slightly farther away than this leg. Therefore, we draw it just a little bit higher up the page. And then I connect it with a line. So again, that just helps create that illusion of space. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I want it to be kind of parallel to this line, so it might have a slight curve. Come down, stop about right there, connect. Ta-da! Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now what I can do is I can just draw the lines for my hoofs to show where my hoofs end. So I just would draw a curved line, and I can color in black. And you can see I chose to add a little shine to my hoof again to make it look like they're nice and shiny. That was just a style choice. It's up to you if you want to do that. I just leave a little stripe or a little strip uncolored with the black marker. Now what we're going to do is we need to add the deer's tail. And the deer's tail, we're going to keep it simple by just drawing it very similar to how we drew the ear. So all I'm going to do is draw that curved line right here, except I'm going to flick it out a little bit like that, and then connect it with a curve. Ta-da! And if I want, I could add a little stripe right here so it looks like there's some white on the tail. That's a choice, you don't have to do that. And now what I want to do is I want to just add some of those white spots that we usually see on the back of deers or does, which are the female version of deer. And I'm just going to just add a couple of dots. Now what I want to do is my deer is floating, so I want to add a background. And I'm just going to have my deer standing on a hill. Maybe she's in a meadow or in the woods, it's up to you. So I'm just going to start right here and draw a curved line. When I hit the leg of my deer, I stop, I come to the other side, and then I continue my curved line. Hit my deer, stop, come to the other side, continue my curved line. Pretty simple and straightforward. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add some trees in the background. We have drawn trees before in a couple different ways. I'm going to show you now a new way, you know, just to again add that to your little art tool belt of ways to draw things. So with these trees, I'm going to kind of, again, draw them very similar to how I drew the ear. So I am going to draw it by just drawing a curved line. Then I want to flick out a little bit to give it that organic shape, and then come back down. Again, anytime I hit my deer, I lift up my marker, come to the other side, and continue my line. At this point, there's nowhere else for me to continue it. So now I would just start the second tree. And this tree I'm going to start about right here, so that way it looks like it's slightly behind this tree to create some dimension and space. So I would come back up. And then I'm just going to do that all the way across, doing different sizes. And now what I can do is I can start adding the fun details and making it a little bit more unique, making it my own. It's really up to you what you want to do. Like down here, you could add flowers, you could add grass, you could add other animals like a bunny rabbit, you could add mushrooms. I don't know why, but I think I'm probably gonna add some mushrooms. I'm just kind of feeling it. In the sky, you can add whatever you want, clouds, butterflies, birds. In the trees, if you wanna add branches or patterns, it is up to you. I'm kind of just going to wing it so you can kind of see what I choose to add. But again, it is your choice. So as you can see, I kind of got crazy just with adding a bunch of little details, mushrooms, flowers, some texture in the grass. I had a little bunny rabbit, tried to add a lizard. My marker blending ended up looking a little bit sad looking, but that's okay. Again, it happens. Some butterflies, a sun with a weird looking face, smiley face. I added patterns and texture, visual texture to my trees. So it's really up to you how much you want to add and what you want to do. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and color it. So there you have it. I have finished coloring. You can see I kind of had a lot of fun coloring because I went in, I added lots of little details. I added texture into the grass. I added some texture into the trees still with how I colored. I added shadows. So there's a shadow underneath the deer's neck. There's a shadow underneath her where the shadow would fall on the grass. So I even added some shadows into the clouds with the gray, kind of subtle. It's up to you how extensively you want to color it, how much you want to do, if you even want to color to begin with. But that being said, I am looking forward to seeing what you guys do for this project.